Welcome, everybody. Trainwreck Podcast, episode 62. And joining us for our second season predicting games, Zach. Welcome back, buddy.
Thank you. How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. We were just talking before I hit record. I'm tired. This week's just been really long. I drove out to the Panhandle on Tuesday, and that was like a 4-hour drive, and I did that, 2 times in one day. So ever since then, this week, I just feel like I've been dragging,
Right, yeah, I feel you. Yeah, Labor Day gets everybody tired, man.
And then it feels like, I don't know, I'm like dreading next week because I got to work 6 days straight, but then I'm on vacation after that. So I'm just holding out. Just like, it's getting close,
Yeah, every day that you get closer, the days are going to get longer and longer. So.
The thing that will help with that, though, is this Thursday, the 2024 NFL season is kicking off. And before we get into the predictions for the games, Drew's going to join us here in a minute, which is actually kind of weird kicking off the show without him.
And that's probably the first time you ever did that, huh?
Yeah, other than when I've done like solo episodes. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, we'll get into seasonal predictions, actually like MVP and stuff like that before we get to the games. So, Zach, who do you think is going to be MVP this year?
MVP, it's definitely going to probably be a quarterback. So, could be Stroud. He looks good. Could be. I'm not gonna put him in mind, but I mean, it could be Burrow. Burrow. He could come out here and swinging. I know he just got injured not too long ago, but hey, he could come back wanting it. I'd even say maybe Dak. He could this year, really solidify y'all.
Yeah.
Those are like the people that I'm thinking of. Maybe like hidden gems. I'd say maybe obviously Patrick Mahomes is in there, but I don't like to talk about him because he kills my team every year. So, but obviously him is at the top. But the sneakers that I think maybe could, that Anthony Richardson guy, he's pretty good. He got hurt last year too, but he was really doing good before he got hurt. And they added a couple weapons on offense. That Adonai Mitchell from Texas, the wide receiver, they added him. So they got a little more depth there. He's one of the ones that maybe could do it. I don't know about Gardner Minshew, man. I want to say him because he's he's good, but he's never been really the starter,
I'm kind of worried about him for you guys just because he didn't look good against the Cowboys' backups,
Yeah, and honestly, y'all crushed us. Yeah, it was like, 27-12 or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, O'Connell didn't look much better, but Minshew, I don't think there was one, like, Dallas starter that was on the defense,
Right, yeah. But, man, who else was I going to say before I said Gardner, maybe? Even Josh Allen, but he lost all his real good weapons.
Yeah. Still got them legs, though.
Yeah, he's got the legs, and he got that Keon Coleman guy.
Mm-hmm.
So, any of those guys, I think, could probably do it.
So, my official pick, and this is the prediction I was telling you guys in the group chat earlier about with the Cowboys. This guy should have won MVP last year over Lamar Jackson. He didn't. He finished in second place. And with him going into a contract year and looking to, throw the biggest middle finger ever to Jerry Jones, I think Dak wins MVP and walks out of Dallas with it.
That'd be crazy. I think Stroud might do it this year, though.
Yeah,
low key.
CJ Stroud, I would really like that because I'm a big fan of his too. I mean, he's a freaking dog. If
He
I
is.
wasn't predicting Dak, I would probably say Josh Allen just because Coleman I think is going to be really good. And one guy that people aren't talking about, Khalil Shakir, who's
Yep,
super fucking fast, dude,
yep.
and
And
he's kind of.
he's always been a secret weapon. Like, man, nobody's really seen him. He's always open, like you said.
And I'm kind of like, I mean, Buffalo did lose a lot, but they also lost Stephon Diggs, who kind of is inconsistent. They lost Gabe Davis, who sucks. So, like, I'm looking at them and I'm like, maybe they actually didn't lose that much. Like, they did lose a lot just because of their cap restrictions, but
Right.
I'm looking at Buffalo. I'm like, I honestly don't think they're going to be as bad. Like, the ceiling isn't falling for them now as it was in, like, April.
Right. And I don't even think Diggs even wanted to be there. Like, after a couple
No.
years ago, like, he kind of just probably, I feel like he just was like, I don't even like it here. I'll give it a couple more runs, but I plan on leaving.
Yeah. What about Offensive Player of the Year? You think Christian McCaffrey makes it 2 years in a row?
Man, I'm trying to think. Offensive player of the year. It's usually a running back, right? Or what? How does that work?
It's usually running backs, receivers. Like last year, McCaffrey won it. We'll see who had it for 2022.
I have one sneak guy that I think Cody and Drew.
Justin Jefferson won it in 2022.
Huh?
Justin Jefferson won it the year before.
Okay.
And then Cooper Kupp, 2021.
So usually a wide receiver. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, then if I had to say that, I was gonna say a wide receiver, but this is a sneaky guy. This isn't my first pick. Sneaky guy, that dude, Worthy, the fastest guy.
Xavier Worthy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, he's a sneaker, but who I honestly think who's gonna win it is what is his name? Hold on. I had it right on my tongue, but then I lost it and I started thinking about other people. I don't even know the team. I completely lost it off the top of my head.
Well, while you think about that, let's introduce Drew. Best receiver the Chargers have as their head coach. Your microphone on, dude?
Yeah, I'm here.
He said, yeah. Hello.
How you doing, Drew?
I'm alright. How about you?
We're doing good. I was telling Zach I'm tired as hell. It's been a long ass week,
Yeah.
Yeah. I honestly didn't want to do the show tonight, but I was like, fuck it, we're getting this out, this is going to be a big show. It's our predictions, So me and Zach, we just gave our predictions for MVP. Zach, yours was CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
And mine was Dak Prescott. Drew, who is your prediction for MVP this year?
Let's see here. CJ's a good answer. If Dax can stay healthy, I can see him win MVP as well. I'm gonna go with a wild field. I'm going with Jalen Hurts.
Ooh,
I thought about him.
I like that. We got to remember these. We got to write this down or something.
That's why we post it on YouTube so we can go back and watch it. I've been going back and listening to last season's episodes, and I'm like, God, we were dead wrong on a lot of shit.
Yeah, that's how it works, and that's why it's funny.
Yeah, hell. Remember at the beginning of the season, I had the Eagles going to the Super Bowl.
I think everyone did.
Yeah.
I remember who I was going to say for Offensive Player of the Year.
Good.
I was going to say CeeDee Lamb.
He's a good one. I mean, if he can continue what he did last year, I mean, he had 1,700 yards, 14 touchdowns, 135 catches.
My second pick is Reek.
Who?
Tyreek.
So he is my pick. I think this is going to be Tyreek Hill's last good year, and he's going to go out the bang. After this year, he'll be 32 next season. Yeah. I think after this year is when the wheels fall off for him, but I'll give him Offensive Player of the Year this year. Drew,
Definitely
what
my
about
second
you?
to close.
Offensive Player of the Year. I'll go with CMC.
Last year's winner.
Yeah, I think he's gonna run back to back.
Yeah. I mean, ever since he's gotten to San Francisco, dude, he's stayed healthy. Like, he's been, like, really good.
I got the drink.
Yeah, it's probably because their team has the budget to have like a good medical team.
Yeah, the only thing I'd be worried about is if the 49ers don't get Trent Williams signed, that offensive line isn't going to be as good, and maybe McCaffrey won't be as successful.
They got Brandon Ayuk signed, so it looks like he's staying in San Fran.
Yeah, but is Brandon Ayuk going to block for McCaffrey?
True.
Yeah, he will. No, on the outside, he'll block a corner, not a lineman.
All right. Speaking of the 49ers, my defensive player of the year prediction is a guy who saw his hero get shot in the ear over the summer. Nick Bosa is going to be fueled by whatever happens in the fall, the events of the summer. You know, Nick Bosa says, oh, he is going to decapitate Aaron Rodgers. I can't wait. I predict Monday Night Football, Nick Bosa has 6 sacks, and he's going to have 30 for the whole season.
Jeez.
Really?
Yeah. I do think Nick Bosa will break the sack record this year.
My defense player of the year is honestly, it's going to be TJ Watt.
It's not
I'm
who I
glad
thought
you
were
said
gonna
that.
You thought I was going to say Max?
Yeah.
That's who I'm saying.
That's who you're going with?
Yeah, because honestly, he's never had a boss on the line with him. And now that we got Christian Wilkins, I think he's officially got someone else that can get the eyes off him. Because it's always Max Crosby. Now they got, we got to worry about this guy and him. So I'm hoping. I mean, I know I'm a Raiders fan, but I'm hoping and hoping and hoping that.
Can't double team them both.
Yeah, can't. And if you do, you're screwed somewhere else, hopefully.
I think we all agree Rookie of the Year is probably going to be Caleb Williams.
If not him, it's got to be Worthy.
Yeah. Or that other dude on the Bears, Rome Odunze. I like him. I think he could be really freaking special.
A sneak pick could be Bo Nix, man.
He looked good.
Yeah, apparently in practice they look like a whole different team.
Call me crazy. Maybe even Brock Bowers.
Apparently
you might see the first rookie tight end be Rookie of the Year.
He's in front of Mayer already.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The dude's a
physical, so yeah. Like he's taller, and I think he's like a few pounds heavier. Like Brock Bowers just hasn't beat physically.
They're both just big. They're huge.
Yeah. And then comeback player of the year, I think we all kind of think it's going to be Aaron Rodgers. I hope not, but it probably will be. Sneak pick though, Joe Burrow.
Probably Joe.
I want to say Joe.
Is there any other categories that we're missing? I don't think like coach of the year. It's way too hard to predict that one.
What do you mean? It should be Mike McCarthy.
If anything, he's going to be, whenever Black Monday rolls around, Black Friday, whatever it is, whenever the coaches get fired, he'll probably be the first one fired. Actually, he won't be fired because I think his contract expires, so the Cowboys will just do what they did with Jason Garrett and just let his contract expire and let him leave with some dignity. But actually, let's get into that. Who's going to be the first coach fired this year? I'm going with Dennis fucking Allen.
Yeah, Dennis Allen. Saints.
You think he's getting fired?
Oh, yeah.
I think maybe the Panthers coach.
They just hired him.
Okay, never mind. Never mind.
No, he just came from the Bucks.
Okay, never mind then.
Todd
already got
Bowles
rid of
could
him.
get fired too from the Bucks. Like if they suck, I could see him getting fired.
Maybe Salah and the Jets if Jets season don't go right.
Yeah,
Because I think he's a better coordinator than a coach.
yeah. Like Salah and Bowles, I can see them getting fired at the end of the season. Dennis Allen, I think, will get fired before Week 10.
How long ago did the Giants sign theirs?
Dable, he's going into his third year.
What if they just completely suck balls?
I think they'll blame it on Daniel Jones before they'll blame it on him.
Yeah.
That poor guy. That poor kid. He's still a young man.
He fucking sucks.
He's a rich man. I don't feel bad for him. He got $100 million for one good year.
It's usually how it works.
But speaking of the Giants, who's going to be the worst team in the league this year? I think for the third straight year, it's going to be the Carolina Panthers. The Patriots, though, the Patriots are going to give them a real run for their money.
Really? You think the Panthers?
The Panthers suck.
I like their coach, but Bryce Young, like from what I've seen of him, I'm just not that impressed. And I mean, they drafted that one kid, Xavier Leggett or whatever, to be their number one receiver. But I mean, from what I see of him, he's not that impressive to me. He kind of reminds me of Kelvin Benjamin.
Never even seen a good play by him in college until you started hearing about his accent.
Yeah, like
That's it.
I just look at the Panthers and I'm like, they still don't have talent. But actually, I kind of take that back. I think the Patriots have the worst roster, but I think Drake May has more upside than Bryce Young. But the Patriots also seem like they're going to start Jacoby Brissett. But
I
think to say it's going to be the Patriots because I think the Panthers has more talent than the Patriots, and that's saying a lot.
I was about to say, didn't the Panthers pick up a good running back, or was it just somebody
they got Bookers from the from the draft? It was
okay. I thought they picked somebody up in that
Texas Longhorn.
And then the best team. Who's going to be the best team? Who's going to have the best record? Not who's going to win the Super Bowl, but who's going to have the best record?
Oh, I think that's the Ravens.
I think it's going to be the 49ers.
I'll go with the Eagles.
All right, let's get into the...
I hate you.
I mean, I think the Eagles are going to win the division, so if I think the Cowboys are going to win 10 games, that means the Eagles have to at least win 11 or 12, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, I look at the Eagles, and I'm like, I am concerned about them losing Jason Kelce, but other than that, there's not much else that they have holes in, you know? Other than, I think Nick Sirianni's not that good of a coach. I think the Eagles are just extremely talented, and they make him look better than what he is.
Yeah, I believe that, too.
Yeah. But all right, let's get into these week 1 predictions. This is going to be the long haul. That's the thing about these first couple of weeks. The predictions take forever because there's so many games. The bye weeks haven't been included yet. But all right, the opening game, Thursday night, September 5th, the defending Super Bowl champions Kansas City Chiefs take on the Baltimore Ravens. A rematch of the AFC Championship. Kansas City is a 3-point favorite, and they are my pick to win. I know the Ravens are a good team and all that, but the Chiefs, I don't think they're going to go back-to-back opening days losing, you know?
I think it's going to be the Ravens. I think the Ravens are going to stomp their ass. I'm not a big believer. I will never be a big believer in Chiefs. That bite me in the ass last season, but this season is going to be the real deal.
Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl, dude. I'm telling you.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
I'm going to go ahead and say that the Chiefs do win. They only win by 3 or 7. Not by much. Probably last seconds.
The only thing that has me concerned is that the line is Kansas City favored by 3, and usually the home team gets 3 points, so it's kind of like a dead even line, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, think about Henry. They got Henry, dude. They got. Did they pick up any wide receivers this offseason? I don't think so, but they still
I don't
got.
think so. If anything, I think they lost some because they lost Odell Beckham. The next game, it's going to be in Brazil. It's on Friday night. It's going to be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, hopefully, World War III doesn't break out in Brazil by then, but if it does, we're not going to lose too much if these teams, can't get back to the States.
I
But
got
the
one
Green Bay
question.
Packers, I think they had a really good offseason. They've kept that young core together. They still don't have to worry about this team breaking up because they got all these guys at the same time. So it feels like they can build off of last year really good with that chemistry. Jordan Love, I think, is going to be even better than he was last year, and he was pretty damn good. And I know the Eagles are favored, but I think it's going to be a little bit of an adjustment for them dealing with life after Jason Kelsey and having a new offensive coordinator in Kellen Moore. So give me the Packers.
Yeah, give me the Packers as well.
Honestly, I'm going Eagles, but I do think that Jordan Love is going to have a pretty good season, and I think they just can't beat the Eagles. I don't think they can. The first game, I don't think so. I wish I was like Lee Corso over here putting like a cheese on my head or something.
All right, third game. Dallas Cowboys taking on the Cleveland Browns in what will be Tom Brady's broadcasting debut. The Dallas Cowboys don't have any running backs. They still got a good receiver, now with CeeDee Lamb being back, but I imagine he will be rusty. Like I said, I think Dak Prescott will win MVP, but I think the Cowboys are going to come out and get punched in the mouth. I don't think they're prepared for a defense as good as the Browns. The only thing that makes me confident in the Cowboys having a shot at winning this game is Deshaun Cosby, just because he still sucks. But, who also plays on the offensive side for the Cleveland Browns? Amari Cooper, who probably wants to get some revenge on the Cowboys for them trading him away for a bag of chips. And plus, even though Nick Chubb is not playing, the Browns still have Jerome Ford, who's also pretty damn good himself. And I look at all this and I'm like, it's hard to pick the Cowboys to win. It's it's on the road. It's against a team that made the playoffs last year, and the only thing that I have going for me is that their quarterback sucks, but they can play around that,
Yeah.
But the Cowboys can't run the ball because you got a 500-pound, Ezekiel Elliott in the backfield. You got Dalvin Cook, maybe. I know he's on the practice squad. We'll see if he gets elevated to the roster. I'd rather them start down. This is the thing. You had all these people in the springtime defending this Ezekiel Elliott signing, and then right before the season starts, they signed Dalvin Cook off the street. What does that tell you about their confidence in Ezekiel Elliott if they're having to go sign people off the streets? So I'm hoping Dalvin Cook gets the majority of the snaps for the Cowboys, or Deuce Vaughn. They don't use him nearly enough. But long story short, Browns are going to beat the shit out of the Cowboys.
Yeah, it's easy. It's going to be the Browns. That defense is going to destroy the offense.
I'm going with the Cowboys. I'm going with the Cowboys. This is Play-Doh. I was over here making it that whole time, listening. I was like,
You're like, Cody, keep ranting. I need to shape this star a little bit more.
dude, I was like, oh God, he's. I'm going with
Come on,
Dallas.
Cody. You got to do it. You got to do the clip.
Which one?
How about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys?
They gotta. I think they win. I think they beat that freaking. That. I don't want to say it, but
Sexual deviant.
there you go. There's one word you could say.
Well, you can't say the R word on YouTube or else it flags it. So
yeah. So I don't
it's
know
one of
that.
two
Yeah.
R words you can't say on here.
Mm.
That's
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah, I learned that lesson the hard way a couple weeks ago whenever my video got flagged for shocking content, and I was like, "Well, it had to be right when the show started." And then I went back and listened to it. I'm like, "Yeah, that probably was it." All
And by the
right.
way, who the hell is going to pay $177 to watch the Browns and Cowboys game?
Oh,
I mean, tickets for an NFL game. That's actually pretty cheap.
Yeah, but never mind.
I mean, it's two playoff teams from last year.
Yeah, but watching Deshaun Weinstein grab the ball.
Yeah, that's true.
Can we backtrack for a second? How is the Eagles and the Packers going to play if they can't wear green? Either team.
They were white.
Both teams? They just are going to wear white? Because apparently Cody said World War III, they can't wear green over there, apparently.
Yeah.
I think the
Brazil's
Eagles are
going
on their retro, like, flashback uniforms. Like, it was the yellow, blue, ugly-ass shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be crazy because apparently, they can't wear green, and if they wear green, all hell might break loose.
Yeah, I say Brazil's going to hell right now. Like, all the shit, like, I don't know, you guys have been paying attention to this stuff going on with them wanting to ban Twitter and stuff like that. Like, if I was the Packers and Eagles, I'd be scared shitless about going there.
I don't know why the NFL thought it was a good idea to send them down there. Two teams that wear green.
I know, like they couldn't send like the Vikings and like who doesn't have, and the 49ers, like two teams that don't have any speck of green, you know.
Hell, they go send the fucking Cowboys down there. Reminder who's the best nation.
Cowboys and Patriots, send both of them down there. No, my favorite thing is whenever the Patriots play in London. Doesn't that just seem like a giant middle finger to the British?
It really is.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, like, it'd be funny if the Patriots just had a little patch on their jersey. It said 1776 on it.
Dude, if I was the head coach of the Patriots, I would do that.
Alright, let's get into these next games. The Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Atlanta Falcons. So this will be Russell Wilson's debut. It'll be Arthur Smith, the offense coordinator for the Steelers, going against the team he used to be the head coach of. And that ain't going to matter. Falcons are going to win. Steelers are going to suck.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be Big Kirko's first win of the season. Give me the Falcons.
Yeah, I don't really like the old man Kirk Cousins, but he's definitely winning that one.
I really wonder how him and Kyle Pitts are going to work out. Because this seems like a do or die year for Kyle Pitts. Like, if he doesn't break out this year, I don't think the Falcons will. I think they did pick up his fifth-year option, but I feel like they won't progress with him.
It should work out because Kirk Cousins really uses his tight ends a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So theoretically, it should work out.
This next game should be easy to predict. Buffalo versus Arizona. I'm going with Buffalo by a lot.
I'm going with an upset winner. I'm going with the Cardinals.
No way.
Yeah.
Tell me one part that the Cardinals do better than the Bills.
Well, they got a midget that can throw and run. They got literal Marvin Harris' son. And James Conner is still pretty good.
And the Bills got Josh Allen. I love that dude. I need to get a poster of him.
He said, I love that dude.
He is the most fun player to watch in the NFL.
He is.
Like, if I wasn't a Cowboys fan, I would probably be a Bills fan because of Josh Allen.
I say the Bills, I don't say the Cardinals are going to be able to do it.
All right, if they win, just come back to this part of the episode.
Drew, you can clip your own damn shit out. Not making me do extra work. All right, looks like they threw Caleb Williams a softball for his debut. The Chicago Bears will be taking on the Tennessee Titans. I don't think the Titans are going to suck this year, but I think new head coach, second-year quarterback, they're not going to have Derrick Henry anymore. Their receiving core is fucking old, dude. Julio Jones, DeAndre Hopkins, Calvin Ridley. Like, their receiving core would be amazing if this was 2017. And I think Caleb Williams, like the Bears, I think are going to be really good. Like they gave him some good weapons and their defense is going to be really good. And I think the Bears start off his rookie campaign with a win.
Yeah, it's gonna be a Bears easy win.
I was going to say the Bears as well.
I started to type Titans and I just put tits instead.
Mm.
It's like,
Titans video.
Yeah.
Tits up for Titans.
Yeah, a guy was talking about it at work today. Actually, he showed me that video. It was hilarious. All right, this next game, I think this is the biggest favorite so far of the games we've looked at. Cincinnati is favored by 8.5 over the Patriots, and I'm surprised it's not more than that.
Do we need to discuss about this game?
No.
No, we don't need to discuss it. We need to go to Kansas
it's
right
a clean
now
sweep of the Bengals.
Yeah,
Yep.
we need to put the over on that 8.5. Definitely.
You deserve this, Patriots fans. You deserve this.
If you're anywhere, put the over.
I'm going to drive up to Kansas so I can place that bet. Dude, why can't sports betting be legal here? We have casinos on every fucking corner. Why can't we get sports betting legal?
And every app is available just like for he will get over this many yards. Why can't we just freaking bet on the money, the over, the under, and all that? Ooh.
Kevin Stitt, if you're watching this, first off, thank you for eliminating the grocery tax. Second, do you want to come on the podcast? 3, legalize sports gambling.
Please. It'll make you so much money for the state.
I will vote for you. I don't vote for anybody. I'll vote for you.
Yeah.
All right, Houston Texans, Indianapolis Colts. The line on this one's actually really close. Houston's only favored by 2.5, so that means people are thinking the upset. If you're asking me, well, it is in Indianapolis, but yeah, I think Houston's got this one in the bag. Anthony Richardson, I do like him. He's a freaking physical freak, but he also, looking at the games in the preseason, he looks like he's still making some rookie mistakes, and it's because he kind of still is a rookie. He only played in like 4 games last year. So, and the Texans have a really good defense. I mean, the Texans, we'll get into championship game predictions after these predictions. I wish we would have done that beforehand, but I mean, the Texans are going to be extremely good, dude.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're going to win this game, I think, pretty handily.
Dude, those were some nice tickets. Prices for that game.
53?
Lowest 53.
I wonder.
Let's go to Indianapolis.
Where is that? It's probably like standing room. Yeah, it's like standing room tickets up in the. Oh shit! You guys can't see it.
I mean, still, like, that's actually a good game to be at. I wouldn't mind that at all. But anyways, yeah, I'm going with the Texans.
I am going to go with the Texans as well, but I do really like Anthony Richardson, man. I think he's a dog, and I do believe that they can go pretty far in this season. I do believe that. But I just don't think they got it in them to beat that dog, CJ Stroud.
So it's 3 straight games we went with a clean sweep. Are we going to make it 4 in a row? Miami Dolphins taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. 2 teams that are just perennial disappointments. And the Dolphins, they always start out hot. They always start off, like 3-4-0 when the weather's really nice in September, And the Jags, I think, are going to be one of the most disappointing teams in the NFL, just like they were last year. And Yeah, I'm going Dolphins.
It's like every year when the weather's nice and it's not below 70 degrees, the Dolphins are the best team in the league. And this is going to be the same case. Dolphins are going to smash the Jaguars. And they're going to remember why. They're going to remind why Kyle should sell his team.
I'm going with the Dolphins.
So we do make it 4 in a row on
We're about to
clean
make
sweeps.
it 5.
Yeah. Panthers versus Saints. The Saints may suck, but they're not as bad as the Panthers. Yeah, the Saints are going to win.
Really? I think the Panthers are going to win.
No way. He's trolling.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of a believer in the head coach of the Panthers.
I mean, I like him, but I just think Bryce Young sucks.
Tickets low as $27. I could make it to New Orleans.
Yeah, it's only like, 10 hours away?
Yeah, it's only a 10-hour drive.
God, this game's going to be a shit show. Vikings versus Giants. Instead of seeing J.J. McCarthy make his rookie debut, we get to be treated to Sam Darnold versus Daniel Jones.
Sam Darnold's going back to New York, baby.
I think there's a lot of things I would rather do than watch this game. I'm not going to say them just because then I'm kind of setting Cody would do this over this. But I will say I'd rather walk a mile through town naked than watch this fucking game. This game's going to be horrible.
So our average neighborhood residents?
Yeah. Dude, when I was on lunch today, I had 2 shirtless guys just walk up right by my driver's side window whenever I was parked eating. It's fucking weird. But I don't give a fuck who wins this game. I'm going with the Vikings, but this game's going to be horrible.
Just for you, Trevor, I'm going with the Vikings.
I'm going with New York Giants. The upset of the week is who I'm going with. That's my upset of the week.
Is it really that much of an upset?
No, but
It like the Bengals losing to the Patriots, that'd be an upset. This game's just going to be like, fuck it, who cares who wins?
It's like watching 2 cripples fight. It's like, oh man,
Yes.
why am I watching this?
This is Jimmy versus Timmy!
you need that. You're terrible.
Oh, that broke me.
Goodness.
Alright, let's get into a game I know you guys have been waiting to talk about. Las Vegas Raiders taking on the San Diego Chargers. Jim Harbaugh's return to the NFL. Justin Herbert, I know, has been dealing with some plantar fasciitis injuries. And there's also seems like some dissension going on with the Raiders with Devontae Adams. Drew, you wanted to talk about trade rumors with him. I feel like it's less likely to happen now that the season's about to start. But if we get to like the midway point of the season and the Raiders aren't doing so hot and the trade deadline approaches, I feel like Devontae Adams could be traded then. Maybe to his buddy that plays for the Jets.
So I feel like it's a situation if the Raiders are not doing too good in the Jets. I feel like the Jets is going to sell real hard to get Devontae Adams. But I do believe the Raiders are going to win this game. The simple reason I think we just have a little bit more talent than the Chargers. That being said, they have the way better quarterback than we do. That's like the only upside they have against us.
I think Trey Tucker might have a really good year.
Mm-hmm.
I think if Tyree Wilson don't do anything, this could be his make or break year, and we might just release him at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
If whenever we can. I don't know if it's at the end of the year, if we got to hold on to him for another year after this year. However it goes, but we'll end up letting him go if he don't produce. And
with Tyree, if he just stays like the mass he's at and playing like the pass rush defensive tackle role, I think he could do really good this year.
I think he can too. It's just I'm worried that I don't know. I'm just nervous for us.
He doesn't have the power to be a tackle, but I believe he has the speed to be a guard.
Yeah. I'm worried about Gardner Minshew.
Hmm.
I don't know if it's going to work out. Hopefully, he plays like he did as backup. All the time. Hopefully, he's just like, I don't want to be a backup again, and just slings that football. This is Antonio Pierce's first year officially.
Hmm.
Last year he did half a year. That doesn't even really count. We can just mark his slate clean as of right now. So we'll see how that goes. Apparently, our defense looks crazy. Our defense does look crazy, but I'm not gonna brag right now because we're young. We're a young defense, but I think we're really good. So
I
we'll see how it
think
all
we
plays
can
out.
have at least a top 7 defense.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that Jack Jones guy's nasty. He's sick.
Except when he gets burned by the ninth string wide receiver on the Cowboys.
It's okay. It's all right.
So, who's your prediction to win the game, Zach?
I got the Raiders as long as Justin Herbert's not freaking coming out like he's never left.
So the thing that really concerns me with Gardner Minshew is the Chargers pass rush. You got Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack, and then they also have a pretty good secondary to go along with it. And I'd be worried about Gardner Minshew being a little too trigger happy, And so I'm hoping that the game plan is for him to kind of throw underneath, just try to get the open guy, not try to throw it down the field. I feel like the best way for you guys to win this game is kind of dink and dunk them to death, and mix in the running game. And that's the other thing. If you guys can't get the running game going, dinking and dunking's really going to be the best thing for you guys.
I think our run game is
Chargers
going to be pretty good. We're not like top 10, but I think it'll be pretty decent.
and the Chargers don't have any receivers. Like, they really just don't have an offense besides Justin Herbert. Like, they lost everybody, and the receivers they do have suck.
They got that one guy, Quentin Johnson. He's huge.
Did they draft him?
Yeah, they drafted him last year, but they didn't really use him because they had all those weapons, and now they got rid of all of them pretty much. Didn't they pick up somebody from?
They had J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards.
They did pick them up. They didn't pick up no wide receivers at all.
Yeah, both the Ravens former running backs.
Yeah, I don't think they got any receivers.
I thought they picked up one. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm thinking about Curtis Samuel going to Buffalo. But
yeah, I'm looking at their depth chart right now. Their number one receiver is Joshua Palmer, who has bricks for hands. And then Ladd McConkey, who is a second-round pick out of Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
But he only had one catch this preseason, so we really don't know about him. And then, tight ends, they got Will Dissly. I don't know who that is.
He was a former Seahawks tight end.
Looking at him, he's not that impressive.
Quentin Johnson's not even starting?
He's their third-string receiver.
That's crazy to me. But all right.
He did have 67 catches last year for 431 yards and 2 touchdowns.
So, with Will Dissly, the best description I give to you, Cody, he's like the current Hunter Henry in Patriots.
So, looking at this, I was going to predict the Chargers just because I am a big fan of Jim Harbaugh, and I think the Chargers will be a good team, but it's not going to be this year. So, yeah, give me the Raiders. I'll make it a clean sweep.
Just win, baby.
Oh, yeah. Al.
This game is so freaking funny for so many reasons. Broncos and Seahawks. The Broncos get to face the team that has basically destroyed their franchise. And for the second time in 3 years, they get to play each other on opening day. And I think this game is going to go just how the last one went. Seahawks win. And you know what? I'll even throw a out there prediction. Same score, 17-16.
Man, we're going to check on Brand Pern after that one then.
I can't wait. That video is going to be so good.
Yeah, it's going to be the Seahawks.
Sheesh, I'm going with the Denver Broncos. Bo Nix gets his first dub, and everyone's going to be cracking him up. And then I don't think he does too bad, but I think he gets his first win, and everyone's hyping him.
Washington versus Tampa. Going with my boy Baker Mayfield. I think Washington's going to be one of the worst teams in the league this year.
Ooh, so see, Jaden Daniels can make a run for our money for awesome Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I think the Buccaneers just has a better squad in the whole. So I'm going with the Bucks.
I'm going with the Bucks as well, but I also the Commanders to do good. It's just they won't beat the Bucks. I want Baker Mayfield to do really good this year. I think he's got a good chance of going a long way with Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, all the boys.
That's another team. They kept everybody together, and that team last year made the playoffs, so they got another year to build on that, with the same squad, just like the Packers. That's a big thing for the Buccaneers, Everybody is returning.
Yeah, they're a potential sleeper make it to the Super Bowl. Not gonna lie.
I don't know about that. The NFC is so loaded, but I think they will make the playoffs.
Yeah, the NFC is loaded, but I feel like a lot of people are very injury prone right now. And a lot of teams have those players, if they're injured, they're fucked.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Go ahead, Zach.
I was just going to say, Cody, I think you're a hater of the Commanders, but I want them to do good. I do. I like Jaden Daniels.
I can't hate the Commanders. There's nothing to hate. They've sucked for so long.
It's like hating on the homes, man, for not having a home.
Yeah, I can't hate, of all the teams in our division. Well, actually, I actually kind of like the Giants, actually. I like Brian Dable. I liked Barkley when he was on there. I went to a Cowboys-Giants game, and the Giants fans I interacted with were pretty cool. I haven't met one Eagles fan that wasn't a piece of shit.
Oh, God.
I haven't met one Commanders fan was a fucking pedophile.
That's true, too. So, yeah, out of all the teams in the division, Washington's the one I hate the second most. The Giants are the ones I hate the least, because even back when I first started watching football, I mean, the Giants, they had Victor Cruz, and I always thought he was pretty cool. Then they got Odell after that, so it's the Giants have always been kind of hard to hate, because even Eli Manning, I always thought he was kind of funny,
And then they had the Barbers.
Yeah, Tiki and what's his brother?
Rondé.
Yeah, I think they did have both of them.
I think they had both of them. I want to say they did, but if they didn't, then
didn't one retire and then his brother joined the team the year after, and then that's the year they won the Super Bowl against the Patriots the first time?
I don't know. I think his brother did play for Washington at some point. Rondé Barber, because he was a corner, wasn't he? And Tiki was a running back. I'm pretty sure that's how it went.
Tiki Barber, I think, was the running back.
Yeah, Tiki was a running back.
And then Rondé, I'm pretty sure he was a corner, and I know for a fact he played for Washington at one point.
So Rondé Barber, okay, so I was wrong. He played all 15 years with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh, that's who it was. I'm stupid. I'm dumb.
3-time first-team All-Pro, 2-time second-team All-Pro, 5-time Pro Bowler, Super Bowl champion, in the Bucs Ring of Honor, most consecutive starts ever by a defensive back, and most career sacks by a corner with 26.
Damn. That's actually impressive.
Yeah, he was that dog.
And in the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Yes, he is.
Which one did he get inducted? Class of 2023.
Oh, wow. I'm stupid as hell. Go ahead and roast me, whoever watches this. Roast the shit out of me.
say they'll get me before they get you, especially as a Chargers fan.
Oh, I hope
They
the
know it
Eagles fan
exists. What do you mean?
comes on here and burns
That's a
this
government
thing down.
conspiracy.
All right, rematch of the NFC wildcard game. LA Rams taking on the Detroit Lions. Matthew Stafford returns to Detroit for the second time. And the Rams, they're going to be a little bit different this year without having Aaron Donald, but I feel like last year they went in with such low expectations. Like, everyone thought they were going to suck. And then Puka Nacua emerges, Kyron Williams emerges, and they make the playoffs, and they only lost by like 1 point to the Lions, and there was some fuckery going on with the referees. You know, the Rams could have won that game, and I think they pull off the upset this year and beat the Lions at home.
This is such a hard game to predict because Aaron Donald's gone, and the Lions have debatably the two best running backs in the league. But the Rams have the best two wide receivers, and Lions really don't have good DBs to cover those. I was like, who's the safe pick? They both have good defenses. They just have glaring holes in those defenses. I'm just going to go with the Lions. But I won't be surprised if the Rams win.
I'm going with the Lions just because there's something in that Detroit water up there, dude. There's something.
Yeah, it's Flint. What do you mean?
No, I'm talking
It's
like they must be getting a leakage to it or something. Because, like, I'm telling you, they're just hard work and determination over there. But don't get me wrong, I do think the Rams are gonna be really, really good this year. I think Puka Nacua comes out swinging again, and then I think they give the ball to Blake Corum a little bit, and he shows out.
Oh, man.
You guys need help.
I had to stop laughing. Yeah, the Rams, I think, are going to be really good. I don't think they're going to take the division from the 49ers, but I definitely think they're a lock for the wild card, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of the 49ers, they're going to be taking on Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets. You know how many, like, you're going to hear it during the game. You're going to see Aaron Rodgers come out, and you're going to hear the fans count 1, 2 for each down he plays. And once they get to 5, they're going to erupt in cheers, because then he will officially have played more snaps this year than he did last year. And you know what? I just hope he doubles it and plays only 8 snaps this year. And I don't hope he snaps his Achilles. I hope he snaps something else. Preferably this thing right above his shoulders. And I hope Nick Bosa is the one to do it. And I'm going bang, bang, Niner gang. Give me the Niners. Fuck the Jets.
Yeah, I'm going to Flyers. That's just an easy projection.
Here's my official upset. I'm going with the Jets. Aaron Rodgers comes back swinging, throwing touchdowns. I'll bet you that doesn't sit well with Cody.
I hate him so much.
He's going to come back and be like, I told y'all think I was too old. I'm back. And he's going to come out with these youngins, and he's going to wipe his nose and throw up smoking signs or whatever like that with old boy Garrett Wilson.
Damn, it's going to be funny if he gets injured again in the first 5 steps.
It would be,
Won't
dude,
happen.
like, that smile.
Did he
just
get
had on my
straight
face.
to the Vikings?
Oh my God, Trevor! Did you see Trevor's comment, Zach? Where he's like, "If the Vikings get Rodgers, I will unalive myself for YouTube purposes."
Wow, I did not see that.
I'm like, he's following the Brett Favre path, and then get ready. In 15 years, Jordan Love's going to be on the Vikings too.
Yeah,
The
they
only
love picking out of Green Bay.
the only thing Aaron Rodgers hasn't done that Brett Favre did was send a dick pic to somebody that's not his wife. But give it time, he can still do
done
it.
that. He's done
Yeah.
that. Just hasn't got out.
Yeah, that's true.
He's done it.
Rogers is probably so weird, like with all the shit he believes, that he probably sends like telepathic dick pics. Like he doesn't send it through his phone. It's like, hey, did you see that? And the girl's like, what? And he's like, you know. And she's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Get away from me. And he goes, damn, fucking vaccine fucked her up.
You need help.
Fucked up her brainwaves. She can't receive my telepathic messages anymore.
He's gonna haunt you when he passes away.
I don't give a. I'll call him a bitch every day. Then I can't wait for that.
No, I woke up with a bad dream last night thinking I murdered somebody and I was going to prison. I was like sweating and all types of stuff. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I had a good dream last night, actually.
I'm glad I can keep all the bad away from you, man.
Hey, I had a bad one like last
Cody
week.
win his booty shorts.
Jeez, I would have rather have seen that.
We made it through all 16 games in a little over an hour, which actually we did in less than an hour because we did the MVP and stuff like that before. So way better than I thought we were.
We didn't do the championship yet.
Yeah, I was just about to get to that. So NFC, AFC championship predictions. I think the AFC championship will be the Houston Texans taking on the Kansas City Chiefs, and I think Kansas City wins it. And then I think the NFC championship is going to be a rematch between the Detroit Lions and the San Francisco 49ers, and I think the Lions win it. And we get the Lions versus Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
So here's my predictions. For the AFC, I'm going to go with the Houston Texans versus the Baltimore Ravens.
Boo!
Then for the NFC, I'm going with the 49ers versus the Detroit Lions. And I'll have the Houston Texans versus Detroit Lions.
So I'm glad you guys can just remember exactly what teams are where, dude. Y'all are lightning quick with this.
So, I mean, the Texans and Lions would be like the most fun Super Bowl matchup. I just don't think it's going to happen.
You don't think so?
No. Kansas City's three-peating, dude. And when they do, you guys both owe me a steak dinner. I have that text screenshotted.
It would be a damn shame if something happens.
All right, so in the NFC, I got my eyes definitely set on. I think it's Eagles and 49ers probably, but I'm going to either say Detroit is going to be in that mix, or Dallas. One of those two are definitely going to be in that mix if one of those ain't. And then for the AFC, I say Ravens and Chiefs or Houston. Chiefs don't go. And low-key the Dolphins somehow get up there. But that's just a low ball pick right there.
If the Dolphins want any shot at getting the Super Bowl, they got to get the number 1 seed so they can have home field advantage. Other than that, they got to go places like like Kansas City and Buffalo. It just seems like they're fucked.
I think after this year, or after the year that they had last year, I think that maybe their coaches started fucking making them do something somewhere, like in the cold or something. Fuck, they gotta start training somehow better.
It's like training camp is now in Alaska.
Get up there, boys. I would. I'd be like, we're training on top of a mountain, freezing.
Yeah.
Get ready.
So what's your Super Bowl pick?
My Super Bowl pick is probably Eagles, Ravens. That's what I said.
That's the Super Bowl I would hate to see. The team I hate the most versus the quarterback I think is the most overrated in the league. That'd be like my death Super Bowl.
He said my death.
Yeah, that'd be the one I just would not enjoy watching. That'd be like the one where I'm like, I'm watching for the commercials. I hate those people.
Yeah, I know. I'm watching for the
Oh God.
Yeah,
Halftime
just
show
tell me
usually
you're a
sucks,
cuck without telling me you're a cuck.
dude. Like the halftime show fucking sucks. Like other than that year Eminem and Dr. Dre did it, like the halftime show is usually fucking dog shit.
I liked when they did it whenever we were kids. Like there was like cool like stuff that happened, but I can't like not anymore.
Like Janet
There's not
Jackson's
really
boob getting
anything
exposed. That was the coolest thing that ever
No,
happened.
not that. I can't remember who it was. It was like maybe the Black Eyed Peas were up there or something. I thought that was like one of the coolest things when I was a kid. I was like, oh my God, the Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah, they did that Super Bowl 45. That was the one in Dallas. That was
Yeah,
Black
that
Eyed Peas because that's when they were fucking huge. That's the other
Yeah.
thing. Like they get people like way after like their prime. You know, like this year they had Usher. You know, and it's like who the fuck gives a fuck about Usher? Like you guys couldn't get like Jack Harlow or somebody like that, or
That's
like
another
somebody
thing we
like
could do. We could
what?
predict who's going to be
Because
the
it's
Super
cheap,
Bowl
Cody.
halftime show, just based off of where it's at. Where is it?
New Orleans. I think
Lil Wayne. Lil
Lil
Wayne
Wayne would be nice.
has to be. Has to be him.
From what I've read, it looks like it's going to be Miley Cyrus.
Dude,
Bro.
if they put Miley Cyrus on there and not Lil Wayne, I swear this thing's.
I mean,
Bro,
Let me
she
double
talks
check.
like she got the goddamn stoma.
Let me double check, make sure, but I'm almost 100% sure it's in New Orleans. Yep,
Yeah, I forgot.
February
It's gotta
9th,
be Lil
2025.
Wayne, dude. He's out of his prime. It's got to be Lil Wayne. And
She's
then
out of
Miley
his prime.
Cyrus-
It's got to be cheap. That's why they're probably fucking are doing her
Yeah,
Well,
all the
they don't
white
pay-
girls
in
love
both
her.
ways.
They don't pay people for the Super Bowl because they're just like, it's a giant advertisement for them. So people, like, they usually don't pay anybody for the Super Bowl.
You know, it'd be funny.
But,
What if it's JoJo Siwa?
oh,
I'd
God.
be so pissed I ain't watching it. I hate that little girl. I hate her. JoJo Siwa. She's like whatever she does in her stupid little dance. Ooh. JoJo
Damn.
Siwa, if this ever gets
Damn,
you,
I need
just
a girl did that to me. What Zach just did.
unalive yourself.
He hates her almost as much as I hate Aaron Rodgers, it seems like.
Probably worse. I hate that girl. Every time something pops up on her, I'm just like this on my phone, and I'm like, oh my God. And if it's too dumb, I'll just scroll past it. But if it's,
He's like, damn, Cara do be a bitch.
yeah. Ooh, I hate that.
After this year, it's going to be back-to-back years of the Super Bowl being in California. It's going to be in San Francisco in 2026 and then back to LA in 2027. And then they haven't announced where the 2028 Super Bowl is going to be yet.
That's probably gonna be in that shithole in Philadelphia.
It seems like they're going for domes now. Well, that being said, it's going to be in San Francisco, but I mean, I don't know. Hopefully not Philadelphia. It seems like they've been trying to avoid the East Coast ever since that one that was in Giant Stadium where it was like 30 degrees. The one where the Seahawks beat the shit out of the Broncos, Super Bowl 49.
Oh yeah.
It seems like they either do it in like a really nice city like Miami or they do it in a dome. Football is back, baby, and this podcast is going to be way more consistent now that football season's back.
Let's go!
We were doing every 2 weeks. Now we're back to doing every week because now we got shit to talk about, which also shows you how interesting our lives are that we have to wait for football season to come back. But all right, guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. If you guys want to comment your guys' predictions down in the comment section below, let me know who you guys think is going to win MVP, who's going to win the Super Bowl, all that shit. I know the Chargers fans are going to let their opinion be heard. Have a great night. We'll see you guys next week, and we'll see who had the worst predictions.